I recorded this earlier, but my mic wasn't plugged in all the way, so there was no sound. Today is officially week 2 of my 30-day seasonal reset. I like to do one small thing each day to prepare for the new season. In this case, it's spring, and it's also a good way to start new routines and habits and just get things done around the house. So I try to start a little early, and I try to do one thing a day. So today it was my closet, and I'm actually very, very happy with the way that it turned out. Over the years with apartmentized closets, I found different ways to organize my things to maximize space and to also make space for other things. So I'm going to be walking you through all of the things that I decluttered and also how I organize my closet and how and why that works well. So hope you find this helpful. Oh my god. Cat vomit all over the walls. Did you throw up on my walls? Hey, get back here. Actually gross, there's cat vomit in here. So the first order of business is going to be to get this all cleaned out, get a nice fresh start. So I did get it off for the most part, but not without some casualties. The management is aware of the situation with the walls here. When you use cleaners on them, it takes the paint off the walls, so that's what happened there. So that's what that spot is there. So now we're starting with a blank slate. Now it's time to decide what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna toss. Keep, but it needs to be cleaned. Keep. I don't let myself do it anymore. This is a work shirt, but I'm gonna mark this as giveaway and I'm gonna get some new work shirts. This is mostly summer items, and I have my swim stuff, which I'm gonna put into my storage boxes, which they'll likely stay until it's time for summer or if I'm going on vacation. I have stuff like this that I'm not a really big fan of, but I do need to have stuff that's quote-unquote work appropriate. I'm still keeping some of my long sleeve shirts out, but for these happier materials, I'm gonna pack these away. Even for me being a cat lady, that's still pretty gross. So I'm most likely gonna get rid of a lot of these. My feet grew after I had my baby, so I probably can't fit a lot of these. And, which I didn't know, somebody told me these were like fake Balenciagas, so don't want to be supporting them. Okay, so now that the decluttering process is pretty much done, I'm gonna start organizing and sorting everything. I was actually pretty relieved that this time around wasn't so bad. The first time I did this, it was pretty bad. As you can imagine, I had stuff back from when I was like a teenager. I had stuff from my very early 20s. So it's a little bit of a relief now to be able to declutter and organize when things haven't been built up for years and years. So to make sure I'm clearing up as much space as possible, I am going to try to use as little space as I can. So right now I'm packing up my seasonal items, things that I use for like Halloween or New Year, or things that I'm not using right away. Probably go through this stuff again in the summertime. I don't have a dresser right now, so this is the easiest place to keep this stuff. So I'm gonna condense all these bags down into one, so I know that I have a little bit more space up top and I have more room for storage.
You know that.
So I'm gonna start putting everything back in my closet now. I'm gonna start at the top and I'm gonna start at the right side and work my way over. I'll show you what I have. This is like my overnight bag with suitcase organizers and one of my travel book bags. This is all of my sweatshirts. This is t-shirts and pajamas. I did end up getting rid of a lot, but I also do have stuff in laundry, so this will fill up more, but I'm glad I now have the opportunity to add more to my closet. Here's all my workout clothes. I definitely do want to add more to my wardrobe. These are my winter linens and curtains. I'm gonna put those all the way at the bottom because I won't be taking those out again anytime soon. Next, I'm gonna stack my seasonal items. On top of that, I'm gonna do my fall and winter stuff because once again, won't be taking that out to the end of the year. Here is where I typically keep my laundry basket. My summer items back behind here. Everything that I am going to give away. I'm actually really happy with the amount of clothes that I have here. Some of the stuff I was hanging on to even though I couldn't fit it anymore, and I'm glad that I was able to actually finally let it go. This is the stuff here that I'm going to be throwing away. I'm going to get a new cat bag for my little kitties. So for today, as part of my 30-day reset, I'm going to be setting up spring activities for the 3-year-old. One of my goals this year was to make sure she had more activities to do. She's at the age where she really loves doing different activities, and it's also essential for her learning, especially because she's home with me when I'm working from home. So the goal is to try to set up activities that she can kind of navigate on her own without a lot of help from me. That way I can get work done and she can be entertained at the same time. So I wanted to gear some of the activities towards spring specifically. So today we're going to do colorful sand, and I found this on Pinterest. I'll link any of the activities that I find. The creator. So they use like a clear baggie, but I didn't have one, so I'm going to use this that I have. There's a little hole in here. Hopefully it works. And I just found this salt very cheap. It was like 90 cents at Target. So I have my food coloring here. All right, Tata, you wanna pour the, wait, there's holes in this bag. Hold on one second, Tata, let me get a new bag. All right, mommy hold it and you pour the sand in. All right, now pick one of these colors. Blue and green, surprise, surprise. All right, let's mix this one up first. And then we're gonna pour it in, okay? Ah! So I found this plant that's at the end of its life. It's actually a fake plant that she had already started peeling the leaves off of. So I'm gonna use these leaves and put them in there as like a sensory activity. And then I've got little tongs here and also a little shark from her Play-Doh set. And then sit them over here like that. There you go, baby.
I can play I'm me.
Hopefully that's not too loud and you can actually hear me. So today is a part of my spring reset. I wanted to incorporate a spring bath. Baths are a really intentional way of slowing down. I feel like with my showers, it's often rushed. and baths tend to be very relaxing. I also found this salt soap from Dr. Teal's, and it has magnesium, which is good for muscle relaxation, and it also has deep hydration for skin renewal. One of my goals this year was to have softer skin, and also for the spring, I think it's important to help our bodies recover from the cold of the winter. So I like that it has that. It has omega fatty acids to moisturize, botanical enzymes to exfoliate and soften, triple magnesium complex, which I thought was really nice. It's also cruelty-free and vegan. And I did check this on EWG website, and it did give it a rating of a 2, I believe. So all of that checks out. They recommend to use it in combination with this serum foaming bath. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I did purchase it as a set. And this one has collagen in it, but it does say that it's cruelty-free. And yeah, I'm gonna try these out and see how they feel, see how I like them. I have my chamomile tea, which is just chamomile buds, and I'm gonna sprinkle some of this on top. And we're gonna get my bookie and my game and have a nice little spring drink and just enjoy the bath. Well, that just happened. Today's part of my spring reset, I'm going to be doing a kitchen haul with some spring items that I got for my kitchen. When I do a seasonal reset for my kitchen, I like to keep things simple. I like to focus 1 on things that I need, and then 2 on things that will help to add like a little spring touch to my kitchen. So when I was at TJ Maxx the other day, I picked up these glasses. They were only $5, and I did have my eye on some CB2 glasses, but I felt like these were really nice. They have like a nice sturdy weight to them, and it comes in a pack of 4. I thought that this was a really good buy. We're also always in need of sponges. I thought these were nice because they had this cute little spring checkered pattern. It also that they were made from a plant-based material and made from 100% recycled content. Oh my gosh, I just realized that this has a Prop 65 warning on it. Why is there a Prop 65 warning on sponges? Why? So I don't know if I have the receipt. That made me angry, so I'm gonna take these back, or probably not use them. Next up, I bought a Big A baking sheet because we needed something for the oven. I thought this would be great to be able to roast veggies. This will be a great addition, especially for meal prepping. So somehow my kitchen towels got disappeared from my cart, and I didn't end up ordering them. Anyway, lastly, we desperately needed new pots and pans, so we ordered these from Amazon, and we tried to get them as non-toxic as possible. They do say they're PFOA and PFAS free, and they're non-stick. Eventually I do want to upgrade probably to stainless steel, but sometimes it's harder to cook with stainless steel because you have to adjust the heat, and that man is constantly burning everything. So we're gonna stick with these for right now. These were about $100, which was extremely inexpensive for an entire set of pots and pans with lids. So I have pans kind of like this before. They lasted maybe a couple years, so I'm expecting that the lifespan of these will be very similar. This is by a company called GreenLife. I didn't realize that they don't have that heat plate on the bottom. It says low heat, use oil, avoid scrubber sponges, nylon brushes, abrasive detergents, cooking sprays. Make sure you use silicone, and these should be able to go into the oven up to, I think it was 400 degrees. So the look of it is really pretty and really nice. The feel of it is also really nice. The handles feel good. So far, so good. Liking these very much. Ooh, a strainer. That's actually really nice. It comes with a strainer that sits directly inside, I believe. It sits inside of the pot. That's very convenient. Clear lid so you can see through and see what you're cooking. There's an even smaller pot. It's funny, my partner actually sent me these, and when I clicked and I saw them, it turns out I ended up having these in one of my lists, so we ended up picking the same thing. So I was like, meant to be, or very good marketing. We ordered these a while ago, so I forgot what it came with, but it even comes with a small egg pan for smaller stuff with a different color handle. Interesting. So these are actually plastic, not silicone, so I probably won't end up using these, but it's nice that they give you a set of utensils that also come with this. Okay, and here's our new pot set. Here's the old pots and pans. Obviously it was time for new ones. These got scratched up pretty bad. Once the nonstick coating wore off of them, they were pretty much useless. So I'm going to throw these out. So I bought this as a pot organizer, and I'm not sure if it's going to fit all of my pots, but I'm going to try to fit as many as I can. So it didn't fit everything, but almost. Today is part of my reset. I'm going to be doing my living room. The goal is to do my version of a deep cleaning as a toddler mom, which is to remove the couch cushions and throw those in the washer. I know there's some stuff back here behind the couch that needs to be cleaned up, so I'm going to get behind the couch and clean that up. I'm going to sweep and mop and vacuum. This box here is actually a replacement for my dining table top. So I'm gonna see if I can find another place to keep this so I don't have it here behind the couch. Also, I'm going to reset this space and add some new decor. Probably do half today and then half tomorrow. Right now we're going to move this up to the bedroom and put it against the wall until we figure out what to do with it and where else is a better place to put it, but I definitely want to move it out of the living room. So I'm gonna move these Halloween storage boxes from over here and put them over here. I feel like it'll be a little bit more hidden behind the couch over here, and it'll also allow me to free up space to add a different design element over here. So I got these from Michael's. They were having a sale, so these were only $20 each. I thought this frame was good because it matches the floors pretty well. So it'll help to tie in some of the different elements of my room because the posters that I picked are pretty bright.